Well, hello there, folks. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take the results to the next level. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you about three is the hardest number. Three is the hardest number. Three is the hardest number to train. Now, what I mean by that is ideally, whenever you're running a workshop, we need to appreciate the larger the number, the easier it actually is to facilitate. Unless you get to numbers like 30 plus, then you really need a microphone and you may need a support trainer. But here's the deal, folks. When you've actually got limited numbers and very small numbers, it can actually be very tricky and, if not harder, to train. Why? Because you've got limited capacity in regards to personality styles. Another video, another time. Learning styles, limitations there as well, right? So we need to appreciate that odd numbers are tricky, folks. Odd numbers are tricky. So, like if you got 3, 5, and 7, well, you're going to end up having pairs, but you're also going to have groups of 3, right? So it's like, well, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the fact that maybe you've just got 3 learners in your workshop? You see, the thing is, folks, if you only ever do a talk to room kind of thing, and you're only ever talking to the 3 people, it's going to get very boring very quickly, right? So you need to be able to come up with ways to still keep it engaging, keep it motivating, keep it moving and momentum, even though you've just got 3 people. So here's the thing, folks. There are many times where I'm going to, even in a face-to-face environment, I'm going to get people in a group of 3 and I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to set them a task and then leave the room. Because if I stay in the room, it then just becomes a class discussion and they're going to be speaking to me. And I'm like, shut up. I don't want to be involved in your thing. Just leave me out of it. So I will leave the room, right? Now, here's the thing, folks. If you're in an online environment, you can certainly put them in a breakout room, all 3 of them, and you can leave the room, so to speak. They can work on their own. But what else can you do? If you've got a group of 3, well, here's the thing. You can do pair work, right? You can get 2 people in a pair, and then the other person, they can work by themselves. Here's the caveat. Here's the problem. Sound is an issue, right? So what will often happen is the 2 people are talking, that'll impact the other person, they can't concentrate, right? That's one thing. But if we go in the online environment again, how do you do that? Well, you could drop 2 people in a breakout room and 1 person by themselves. You can certainly do that, right? And what else can you do? You can do 2 pairs, and you can be partnered up with the odd person or the person left over, so to speak, right? So you can do 2 people and then you with the other person. Same deal. If you got 5 people in a room or 7 people in a room, there's going to be 1 person left over. So you may need to pair up with that person. But here's the hack, folks. Don't pair up with the same person every time. Make sure you move people around and get them working with different people. All right. So the thing is, 3 is the hardest number to train. It really is, right? 1 person becomes a one-on-one coaching. 2 people, again, that is more of a pair work situation. You can certainly do that. You know, you get them doing things and you'll leave the room, or you get them doing things and put them in a breakout room. But as much as possible, you want to be able to create that variety, right? So 3, you're going to be left with a couple of scenarios there, and you pairing up with the person left over is one scenario, and the other people working as a pair. Or you can create the variety and all 3 of them working together, but you must leave the room. Otherwise, there's no shift in dynamic, and they're just going to speak at you the entire time, right? The other version is you can get them all working individually, and ideally, if you've got 3 people in a room, spread them out in the room so that they're thinking by themselves on their own, and they're not interrupted by other people, right? But logistically, you may not have the space to do that. You never know, right? So in the online environment, you could put all 3 people into a separate breakout room. You can certainly do that, right? So I just wanted to really put this out there that 3 is the hardest number to train, but there are still options available, right? Pairing up with people. Won't go through it again, but I think you get the point here, folks. 3 is the hardest number to train because you actually have to think about the dynamics a lot more than if you had even numbers going on, all right? So hopefully you got some value from the video, folks. As always, like, comment, share. Let's get the message out there. These videos are really to help you with the fundamentals of training and workshop facilitation. And, at the end of the day, if you watch these videos, follow along, you are going to find the results you get in a training room are going to be so much bigger, so much more impactful. And without being rude, for me, a lot of these tips and a lot of these hacks are common sense and obvious, but they're only obvious to me because I've made so many mistakes in the past here, folks, right? So just learn from my mistakes, learn from what's worked over the years. And I'm really excited to be sharing this with you. Hopefully, you're getting value, you're taking notes, and you're implementing them into what you are doing there as well. And if you want to, definitely drop a comment below and let us know which tips are really resonating, helping you out there as well. Thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one.